What happens when you're building something you genuinely believe could change your future, but you need money to finish it because until you finish that project that you've been working on, this idea has no chance of making you any money? Now, maybe you have a business idea or an app or a book or a YouTube channel or some other dream you've been trying to pursue. And if you already have a 9 to 5, you may be questioning whether you should leave your job so you can finally give that idea that you have the attention that it deserves. Or maybe you're like me. You're already self-employed, but your current business is not producing enough consistent income to fund the next business you're trying to create. That's the situation I'm facing right now. I'm building my first AI-powered app, PlatePilot, without any coding or software development experience whatsoever, and I've already invested money, time, and a considerable amount of energy in developing it. But the app isn't finished yet, and it's not producing income for me yet as well. And regardless of how much I believe in my idea, belief alone can't pay for the remaining development, business expenses, software subscriptions, marketing, or everything else involved in turning my idea into an actual business. So at the same time, I've been looking for a job, and honestly, I did not realize how difficult this job search would be. I've submitted applications, I've followed up, I've had opportunities that seemed promising, but those possibilities have not turned into a steady paycheck yet. My existing real estate business has also slowed down. I talk to potential clients, but interest does not always mean someone is financially and emotionally ready to purchase or sell a home. So I've had to confront a difficult question. How am I going to fund the dream while the dream is still under construction? In this video, I'm sharing the 5 possible income paths I plan to test to help finance PlatePilot and create more financial stability. But before we go any further, I need to make something very clear. These are not 5 successful income streams. I'm not currently sitting here with 5 different sources of money pouring into my bank account. These are 5 possible paths I'm preparing to test. Some may produce income, some may only generate leads, some may take much longer than I expect, and some may not work at all. I'm sharing the plan before I know the outcome because that is the entire purpose of Grown Woman Strategy. I want to document what building something new after 40 really looks like, not only after everything becomes successful, but while I'm still trying to figure it all out. This matters because every dream requires some type of runway. Even if you are using AI or a no-code platform, building a business is not automatically free. There may be software subscriptions, development expenses, website hosting, domains, marketing, legal expenses, business filings, design work, and other costs you didn't intentionally anticipate. And then there are your regular household expenses, which do not stop simply because you're deciding to pursue a dream. Your mortgage or rent doesn't care that you're building an app. The electricity is not waiting for your future launch. Your family still needs groceries. Your car still needs gas. And if you are self-employed, there may not be a guaranteed paycheck arriving every 2 weeks to cover those expenses. I previously made a video about why I'm fighting so hard to avoid returning to a 9 to 5. I still feel that way. I still want to create a life that gives me more control over my time, my income, and the type of work that I do. But I am also learning that wanting freedom and financial freedom are 2 different things. The dream may eventually become profitable, but eventually doesn't pay today's bills. And one of the greatest risks to a promising business idea is running out of money, time, or emotional energy before the idea has a fair opportunity to work. I could continue hoping that one real estate client suddenly becomes ready. I could continue hoping that the next job application becomes an offer. I could hope that PlatePilot launches and immediately begins producing revenue. I could hope that one of my YouTube videos suddenly takes off and changes everything. But hope is not a funding strategy. Hope springs eternal, right? If I continue to wait for one opportunity to rescue me, I'm placing too much pressure on every job application, every potential client, every video, and eventually the app itself. I need a bridge between where I am now and the business I'm trying to create. If this is your first time here, my name is Latasha, and this channel is Grown Woman Strategy. I'm almost 45 years old, and I'm documenting my attempt to create new income streams, build my first AI-powered app, and develop a different financial future for myself after the age of 40. I have been a real estate professional for several years. I'm also a wife, a mother, and an author, and an entrepreneur. But I am not a software developer. I did not begin building PlatePilot with a tech team, a large investment fund, or guaranteed income coming from somewhere else. I began with an idea, a no-code platform, and a willingness to learn, and probably a little more confidence than knowledge. Now, I'm at a stage where the idea is real enough that I don't want to walk away from it, but unfinished enough that it still requires more investment. At the same time, my real estate business has not been consistently producing income, and my job search has been much more challenging than I expected. I'm not sharing this because I have already solved the problem. I'm sharing it because I'm living through the problem as we speak, as of recording this video. And I know that I'm not the only woman over 40 trying to build something new while also needing to make financial responsible decisions for herself and her family. The first thing I had to admit was that activity is not the same thing as income. I can spend hours applying for jobs, but an application is not a paycheck. I can follow up with employers, participate in interviews, and feel hopeful about opportunities. But until I receive an offer and begin working, that opportunity is not producing income. The same thing is true in real estate. I can talk to potential buyers. I can create property searches. I can provide information and answer questions, but a potential client is not a closing. Someone can be interested in purchasing a home and still not be financially ready, emotionally ready, or comfortable moving forward in the current environment. A lead may become a client eventually, but I cannot build today's financial plan around income that has not been earned. The same thing applies to PlatePilot. PlatePilot is an idea I believe has real potential, but is still a pre-revenue business. I can't expect an unfinished app to finance its own completion. And then there's YouTube. I now have this channel, Grown Woman Strategy, and I'm genuinely excited about the beginning I've made. But this is still a new channel. YouTube is not paying me right now. 7 subscribers as the date of this video are 7 actual people who choose to follow my journey. And I am grateful for every one of them. But 7 subscribers is not currently producing enough income to fund an app. My other real estate YouTube channel has been neglected for quite some time. It may eventually help me reconnect with potential real estate clients and homeowners who need my expertise, but simply deciding to post again will not create instant revenue. That's why I need to be honest about the difference between something that exists and something that earns. I have a real estate license. I have a book. I have digital products. I have 2 YouTube channels. I have professional experience. I have an application in development. Those things are assets and opportunities, but they are not automatically income streams. They only become income producing when I consistently connect them to the right audience, make a clear offer, and someone decides that what I provide is valuable enough to pay for. I can't continue treating every promising possibility as though the income has already arrived. But I also can't ignore the value of what I've already created while searching for one brand new opportunity to solve everything. The solution I'm developing is what I call my funding bridge. A funding bridge is the income, work, and existing assets that help you support yourself while you build the thing you ultimately want to create. The bridge is not necessarily the financial destination. A job can be a part of that bridge. Your current business can also be a part of that bridge. A service, a book, a digital product, or professional skill can become a part of that bridge. The important shift for me is understanding that earning money outside of PlatePilot does not mean I have to abandon PlatePilot. It may be the very thing that allows me to finish it. If you already have a 9-to-5 and you're dreaming about starting a business, I'm not going to sit here and tell you to quit your job to prove that you believe in your idea. If your job is currently paying your bills and giving you the financial ability to build, it may be the first investor in your dream. You can use that income intentionally. You can create a development budget. You can purchase the software you need. You can save money before launching. You can test your idea without forcing it to become profitable immediately. A 9-to-5 does not always have to be the enemy of entrepreneurship. Sometimes it's the funding source that gives entrepreneurs enough time to grow. In my case, I don't currently have a guaranteed paycheck. I am self-employed, and when my business isn't producing income, I don't get paid. That means my funding bridge has to include several possible paths. Again, I'm calling them possible paths, not proven income streams, because I do not want anyone watching this video to believe that I have already figured out how to make all of these profitable. Here are 5 paths I plan to test. The first possible income path is finding a job. I know that may surprise people who watch my video about never wanting to return to a 9-to-5. And believe me, I understand the contradiction. I still have concerns about returning to a traditional workplace. I still value independence. I still remember the parts of working for other people that made me want to build something of my own. But I also have to be practical. If the right job gives me steady income, allows me to meet my household responsibilities, and gives me enough room to continue working on PlatePilot and my content, it can become a part of the funding bridge. It does not mean I surrender to my dream. It means the dream needs an investor. And for a period of time, that investor may be my paycheck. I'm continuing to apply for positions that align with my professional experience and provide a level of income that I need. And I don't have an offer yet. I can't count on that money yet. But employment remains one potential path towards creating the financial stability that I need. The second potential path is rebuilding momentum in my real estate business. I already have years of experience in real estate. I already have my real estate license. I already understand contracts, transactions, client communication, title issues, and many of the emotional and financial decisions involved in purchasing or selling a home. The challenge is not creating the expertise from the beginning, because I have several years of it. The challenge is reconnecting that expertise with people who need the information right now. That means I need to become visible again. I need to follow up with potential clients. I need to consistently provide useful information. This sounds like a cheerleading session for realtors, right? I need to stop assuming that people will automatically remember what I do simply because I've been doing it for years. Real estate commissions can potentially provide meaningful income, but real estate is not a predictable paycheck. A potential client may take several months to become ready. A transaction can also change or fall apart before close of escrow. So I am not pretending that reviving my real estate business guarantees immediate income either. It is another path that I need to work consistently without counting commissions before they are actually earned. The third possible path is a book that I've already written called The Emotional Mortgage, a guide for divorcing homeowners to ditch the guilt, keep the equity, and make a confident exit plan that you can live with. I wrote this book last year, but I have not consistently promoted it. And actually, I've only told people that I wrote it, and I just printed it out just a few months ago. Now, this is an asset that I already created. The writing is complete, and the knowledge already exists. The book connects directly to my real estate background and my focus on helping California homeowners navigate real estate decisions during divorce. Instead of immediately creating another book or another brand new product, I need to give this existing book a real opportunity to reach the people that it was written for. Promoting the book could potentially create direct sales. It could also introduce divorcing homeowners to my expertise, build trust, and eventually lead to real estate clients and other professional opportunities. But I need to be transparent. Simply having a book does not mean people will buy it. A book cannot help anyone if its intended reader doesn't know it exists. So this path will require consistent content, visibility, and a clear way for people to find the book. I have not proven that this book can become a meaningful source of income. That is what I'm preparing to test. The fourth possible path is collection of digital products and resources that I have already created. Like many entrepreneurs, I have spent time creating guides, workbooks, educational materials, and other resources. But creating a digital product and creating a digital product business are not the same thing. A file sitting on my computer is not an income stream. A product listed online without consistent promotion is not automatically a business. I need to review what I've created, identify which products solve the clearest problem, and begin promoting one useful offer at a time. This is important because I do not want to fall into the same mistake I made while building my app. trying to do everything at once. I do not need to promote every digital product simultaneously. I need to select the strongest one, clarify who it's for, explain the result it helps provide, and then see whether the market responds. The advantage is that much of the initial creation work has already been completed. The uncertainty is whether the product solves an urgent enough problem and whether I can consistently place them in front of the right audience. Once again, this is a test. I do not yet know how much income, if any, these products will produce. The fifth possible path is content, especially my 2 YouTube channels. Grown Woman Strategy is where I'm documenting the process of building PlatePilot, creating income, and starting over after 40. I want this channel to eventually become its own source of income through opportunities such as YouTube revenue, affiliate partnerships, digital products, and other possibilities that may develop as the audience grows. But I am nowhere near claiming that this channel is currently profitable. It is brand new. Right now, the real value of Grown Woman Strategy is that it allows me to document the journey, build an audience, improve my communication skills, and connect with other women that are attempting something new after 40. My real estate YouTube channel has a different purpose. So that channel can help me educate California homeowners, promote the emotional mortgage, explain real estate issues, and reconnect with potential clients. The 2 channels serve different audiences, and I need to respect that difference. Grown Woman Strategy is about the journey of building something new after 40. My real estate channel is about helping homeowners make informed real estate decisions. Neither channel is currently producing proven, dependable income. YouTube is a long-term strategy. A video can generate leads, trust, book sales, affiliate income, a future advertising revenue, but none of that is guaranteed. So I am not counting future YouTube money before I've earned it. What I am doing is treating content as a business asset that can support the other parts of my funding bridge over time. Now that I have identified the 5 possible paths, what am I actually going to do? Because it is very easy to name all 5 possibilities and then become overwhelmed trying to pursue all of them at full speed. My first step is to stop treating all 5 paths as though they require equal attention every day. Some are immediate, some are medium term, some are long term. The job search is immediate because a job could create predictable income. Real estate prospects is also immediate because I already have the license and the professional experience. Promoting the emotional mortgage and one digital product is a medium-term test. YouTube is a long-term audience building strategy that may support all those other paths, maybe even years to come. For the first 30 days, my plan is to continue applying for appropriate jobs, follow up with potential real estate clients, begin using my real estate channel again, and consistently promote one existing offer instead of trying to promote everything I've ever created. At the same time, I will continue documenting the PlatePilot journey here on Grown Woman Strategy. I also need to track the results honestly. How many jobs did I apply for? How many interviews resulted? How many real estate conversations did I have? Did anyone purchase the book? Did my real estate video generate any inquiries? Did the digital products receive traffic or a sale? Did Grown Woman Strategy continue gaining viewers and subscribers? Without tracking those results, I can remain busy for 30 days and still have no idea which paths deserve more attention. If you're trying to fund a dream of your own, here's one exercise that you can complete in the next 48 hours to help you on your way. So now get a piece of paper out and create 3 columns on that paper. Label the first column skills. List the things that you already know how to do that someone might pay you for. Label the second column assets. List what you have already created or acquired. So if you acquired books, guides, templates, licenses, equipment, professional knowledge, websites, courses, videos, and other sources. And then label the third column audiences. List the people you already understand and know how to help. Then ask yourself, which one of my existing skills or assets could I test with one specific audience over the next 30 days? Choose one. Do not create 5 more products before testing the ones you already have. Do not assume something failed if you never consistently promoted it. And do not call something an income stream until it actually begins producing income. Is building this funding bridge worth it? I believe it is, but there are real trade-offs. Working on these 5 possible paths will require time and energy that I could otherwise devote entirely to PlatePilot. If I accept a job, I will have fewer hours available during the day. If I revive my real estate channel, I will need to create content for 2 different audiences. If I promote my book and digital products, I will need to spend time marketing instead of creating something new. And if I'm not careful, I could split my attention in so many different directions that none of the paths receive enough consistent effort to work. That is the risk. This plan cannot become an excuse to chase every possible opportunity at the same time. The purpose is to build financial support around one central goal, not to create 5 full-time jobs for myself. What do I gain if this strategy works? I can gain a financial runway. I reduce the pressure on PlatePilot to become profitable immediately, and I give myself more time to test and improve the app before asking customers to pay for it. I rebuild visibility for my real estate business. I give the book and products I've already created a genuine opportunity to earn. I develop an audience that may eventually support my business, and even if one path fails, I gain information. I learn what people respond to. I learn which audience is paying attention. I learn which offer is clear and which one needs to change or be discontinued. What happens if I do nothing? I remain dependent on one uncertain income. I continue hoping that the next job application, real estate lead, or business idea rescues me. I could also place so much financial pressure on PlatePilot that I rush the app, make poor decisions, or abandon it before it has a fair chance. Using a job, an existing business, a book, a digital product, or a YouTube channel to fund a dream does not mean that the dream failed. It means I am giving the dream more time to succeed. I need money to continue developing and eventually launch my first AI app. PlatePilot is not currently making money, and I cannot expect an unfinished app to pay for its own completion. My current real estate income has not been consistent, and my job search has been more difficult than I anticipated. So instead of waiting for one perfect opportunity to solve everything, I am building a funding bridge using what I already have. That bridge includes 5 possible income paths: employment, my real estate business, my book, The Emotional Mortgage, my existing digital products, and my 2 YouTube channels. But I want to say this one more time because it really does matter here. These are not 5 successful income streams. They are 5 opportunities I am testing. I do not know which ones will work first. I do not know how long it will take. I do not know whether all 5 will ever produce income. And I refuse to come on YouTube and present possibilities as profits. What I can do is create a plan, take action, track the results, and come back to tell you what actually happened. If you already have a 9-to-5, you may not need to quit it to prove that you believe in your dream. Your paycheck may be the first investor in your business that you're trying to build. And if you do not have a steady paycheck, take another look at what you already know, what you have already created, and who you already know how to help. You may not have 5 income streams. I don't either, but you may have the beginning of a funding bridge. Now I want to hear from you. What do you already have? A job, professional skill, book, service, license, audience, or digital product that would help fund what you are trying to build? Tell me in the comments. And if you want to see whether I can use these 5 possible paths to finance PlatePilot and create a more stable future after 40, subscribe to Grow Woman Strategy. I plan to return with real updates, not only about what I've tried, but whether it produced leads, sales, income, or absolutely nothing. Because this isn't a story about 5 successful income streams. Not yet. This is a story of a grown woman using what she already has to finance what she is still becoming. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.